So we're now moving on to border 4, and there are 4 different squares already listed in the magazines that we need to use border 4 for. Just like the video for border 3 that I did, I'm going to show you 2 different sizes with this one as well, because I found one of the squares is slightly larger. The larger one is the aqua flower for me. Obviously bear in mind, and I will keep saying this, if your squares are all the same size, keep the borders the same. The other sizes that I'm using only apply if you find that your squares are larger or smaller. Don't change it up otherwise. So I'm going to show you for this one. This one, in my eyes, is a medium-sized square and is pretty much the same as most of the squares that we've already done. So I'm going to stick with this one with the patterns that we've got in the book. So I've already attached my yarn and I've pulled up a loop into one of the corner spaces. We then need to chain 2. So 1 and 2. We're sticking with the half trebles on this pattern, just like the book says. So we're yarning over and then we're going into the corner space again. So we're pulling up a loop, so we've got 3 on our hook, and then we're yarning over and pulling through all 3. And now we need to carry on with the stitches across the side of the square. So we're going to do a half treble into each of the next 10 stitches. So there's my first stitch that I'm picking up. Can you see that one there? I've got the V across the top of my hook. Same as the last stitch we did with the half treble. So there's my first one complete. Into the next stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the next stitch we're going to do 2 half trebles. So yarn over and into the next stitch. We've done 1 into that stitch, and now we need to go back in and do the second. And there's 2. After that one, we need to do a half treble into each of the next 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now we're at the corner, and into the corner space we want to do 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles. So 1, 2, 2 chains, 1, 2, 2 half trebles, 1 and 2. So if you carry on with that same pattern going all the way around that I've just shown you on that side, remember we're doing a half treble into the first 10, and then we're doing 2 half trebles into the next stitch, and then 9 half trebles. When we get to the corner space, we're doing 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles. I'm going to go all the way around and I'll meet you back at the end. I've just gone all the way around and I'm at my final corner. Now remember I've said that the last corner is wrong in the book and we need to match up what we've already done. So looking here, we've got, I know these are chains but they're counted as a stitch. So we've got 1 stitch and 2 stitch. So we need to do, just like every other corner where we've done 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles, we need to match this corner. So we've already got what's classed as 2 half trebles. So we need to do another 2. So 1 and 2, and then do our 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we need to slip stitch into the top of those 2 chains, which yes, we counted as a stitch. So once you've done that, you can fasten that one off, and there is your border 4. And I'll now move on to showing you your border 4 for a larger square. So this is the square I'm counting as my largest square, and I'm saying that because when I put it up against other squares that have already got the border on, it's already the same size. So I don't want it to be too much bigger than the other ones behind. So that's why I'm going to go in with a smaller stitch on this square to make sure it's not too much bigger. So join your yarn to your corner space. Now remember, we're sticking with border 4, but we're just doing a different stitch. So it's exactly the same pattern, the same instructions of how many stitches we're doing along. We're just doing a different stitch with less height. So instead of chaining 2 at the beginning, which is going to be quite tall, we're just going to chain 1. We then need to do a stitch into the corner. For this one, we're going with a smaller stitch, so we're going to be doing a double crochet. So we're going into the corner space and pulling up a loop, yarn over and pull through. Now we're doing exactly the same instructions going along, so we need to do a double crochet into the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we need to do 2 stitches into the next stitch. So into the next one, I'm going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then a single double crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're then doing 2, 2, and 2 into the corner, just like we did for the last square. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 and 2, then 2 more double crochets into that corner, 1 and 2. So I'll show you one more side. Double crochet into each of the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 2 stitches into the next stitch. So 1 and 2, and then a single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Into our corner space, we're doing 2, 2, and 2. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 2 chains, and then 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. I'm going to go all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So I'm at my final corner, just like all the other borders. We're going to repeat what we've done in the other corners. We've already got 2 stitches here, which means we need to do 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2. We're then doing 2 chains and then slip stitch into the top of that first chain stitch, and we need to fasten this one off. And now this is all my border 4 squares complete. So this one has obviously got the shorter border on it, and the woodland flower one in front has got the taller border on it, and now they match up to be pretty much the same size. The aqua flower is still a bit bigger than some of my other squares. Perhaps I should have done a slightly larger border on this one, but they're pretty much the same. There's not much in it, so I'm quite happy with them. So that is border 4. I will see you for border 5.